When a man learns that his child's mother is in the hospital in labor, in agony, and possibly fighting for her life, he says, "Nah, I ain't pulling up." Oh, you think I'm exaggerating? Think again. 'Cause while Mena was struggling to breathe, she clutched her stomach and nurses were yelling, "We're losing her." Mendy goes to visit Harris. It's the same man who denied her a 99. The man who helped create that baby was out here, posting gym selfies and acting like nothing was happening. That's not just petty, that's heartless. According to a 9% DNA test, hospital receipts are fraudulent. And they still believe that responsibility is only a love and hip-hop reunion buzzword. Now that? Eric is in a hospital bed with his baby on the way and his life hanging by a thread. We must ask whether this was simply neglect or something more sinister, because the drama that transpired in that hospital room will leave you speechless. Mendy also refused to show up, completely ignoring the birth of his own child. Hold on, boss. We're going to reveal the most heartless moment in reality TV history. Let's not mince words. In a chilly hospital room, Mena was screaming through contractions while literally hooked up to machines. Mendeecees refused to appear, and Mendy sees Harris. It's the favorite character on reality TV. We're not talking about missed calls by accident. Rather, we're talking about silenced notifications, blocked numbers, and one heartless message that read, "She'll be fine. I ain't getting dragged into more drama dragged, sir. The only thing being dragged here is your reputation." The reformed man was purposefully ignoring every single phone call, pleading with him to show up throughout all online timelines. This man's redemption arc was based on his transformation into a stand-up husband, family protector, and changed man. However, when it came time to actually show up for his child's mother, he disappeared like a promo code after midnight. Let's go back a little, because the drama didn't begin in that hospital room. The truth sometimes comes out even when he doesn't. Fans began connecting dots, timing locations, side eyes, and old clips. And all the signs pointed to one man, Mendy. And this train wreck has been building for months. First, Erica announced her pregnancy. It was no big deal, right? Except that she didn't tag anyone. Sees Harris. Yes, the same Mendeecees who has been winning Husband of the Year to Yon Dandy Smith. It's the same man who sobbed during therapy sessions on Love and Hip Hop about how he's working on himself. Well, boss, the work obviously wasn't done, because the receipts kept coming in like they were Amazon Prime Day DNA tests. Check screenshots, check out anybody can fake a paternity test. I ain't signed nothing. I need my own, Mendy said, in response to the full body hotel pic of him shirtless in Erica's bed 3 weeks prior to the DNA results being dropped. Did he take responsibility for his actions? Cope, he said, and I did. As a result, we are now fabricating infants, DNA, clinics, and screenshots. Make sense, Mendor? Better still? Don't, because the truth was previously known and he was avoiding fatherhood as if it were a plot point in the script that he didn't like. Now, let's move on to the courtroom drama. Erica filed court documents. She wasn't merely requesting child support. Rather, she wanted a judge to order him to admit paternity and to impose a gag order on him and his team for disseminating fake documents. However, what transpired in that courtroom was extremely cruel. There were late sunglasses on 0. Erica collapsed in the middle of the trial courtroom as her lawyer pulled out the last receipts. People were screaming. Security was running in, paramedics were running to her side, and even the judge appeared shaken. Erica wasn't due for a few weeks, but the emotional trauma caused early labor. She was carried out of the courthouse while Mendy stood there still. Did he ask her if she was okay? Did he follow her out? Did he even blink? Inside the courtroom, sources claim he just sat down and said nothing. Yandandi was nowhere to be seen. Within minutes, the internet went crazy. Hashtag began trending, while Mendes was born into betrayal just made people angry. But what happened next sent the scandal into full swing. According to reports, after Erica was admitted to the hospital, her team tried 6 times to get in touch with Mendeecees. They texted him, calling it a setup call, and even sent a message through his sister in the hopes that someone would ask for you, so tell him she's in labor. The baby's coming, it's serious. According to an unnamed person close to his camp, Mendy responded, let her have her moment. I'm not playing into this setup, boss. The woman was pleading while having contractions 2 minutes apart on a hospital bed. For someone who once vowed to be there no matter what, and he responded by calling it a setup. That's not just cold, that's Arctic tundra energy. However, things get worse because doctors were trying to stabilize Erica's vitals while she was crying in agony. An early man was seen on Instagram Live making jokes with his homeboy, while his child was trying to enter the world. This dad was on live, unconcerned, sipping juice from a plastic cup. One fan commented, "Bro, your baby is being delivered right now, and you're talking about Jordans." The comment section changed too when someone mentioned Erica's emergency. He quickly terminated the live stream. It's a coincidence, but we don't believe so. Meanwhile, within the hospital bustle, Erica was crying and reportedly asked one of the nurses, "Is he really not coming? We do this together," he added, adding that he would. And the nurse she broke touched Erica's hand and whispered, "Your kid is blessed to have you. Let that sink in, boss. You're stronger than you realize." The world was yelling for him to appear, but he remained silent while Ah was unable to reveal his face during the drama, depression, and public humiliation of carrying his child. However, just when it appeared that he may show up, security cameras captured a mystery man wearing a hoodie outside the maternity wing at approximately 3. The man's low face was obscured by the hood.did unco inside, according to hospital sources, but when they got close, he turned and left, unable to even pass through the doors. Now, boss, that's where things get really nasty, because what happens next is where Erica's life is at stake and Mendy's reputation finally burns to the ground. When we left off, Erica was inlet. That image haunts you for a moment because your child is only a few minutes away. Mendy allegedly witnesses labor alone in a hospital bed, crying and screaming through the kind of pain that only a mother can comprehend. Mendy then turns around and disappears into the night, pacing like a scared little boy while wearing a HOODIE dot from coming into the world. The mother is in pain. The room is full of 4 monitors that flash warnings, and the so-called father is leaving. According to sources, Erica's vitals started to rise at 3:45 a.m., and her blood pressure and heart rate became unstable. Doctors called for an emergency C-section because it was no longer just about the baby. Mendy was in danger, but he wasn't on the phone, in the waiting area, or even in the building. He had told his inner circle that if something truly goes wrong, they'll call him. "I'm not trying to assign blame if she loses it. She loses it, boss. That's what this meant. That's all I'll say." Her fans were shocked and showered her with support and rumors. One of the most popular comments read, "Sis, just say you're done. You don't know." Silence to a man who abandoned a delivery room, but hours later, when Erica shared her first Instagram story from the hospital bed, the real bomb dropped to the person who didn't show up. "She doesn't need you. To those who have been praying for me, we made it. She's here, I'm still here, and we're stronger than ever." It went viral in 18 minutes, with blogs reposting it and fan pages turning it into a video. Even Love and Hip Hop staff reposted the clips with a heart emoji. But you know what really infuriated the public? A voicemail purportedly from Mena. One of his boys was leaked to DC. "Ma'am, I knew she was going to pull a stunt at the hospital, which is why I'm not going. I don't trust any cameras or setups. That baby is good. Okay, no one is going to catch me slipping on TV, boss." This man actually skipped his own child's birth because he feared Erica would record it. To be clear, this wasn't about safety, control, or saving face. Rather, it was about ego, control, and saving face. Instead of appearing for blood and the public, they were finished. Mendy's removal off VH1 was demanded by a fan petition headlined, Remove him from Love and Hip Hop. Ghosting your own child ain't entertaining. It garnered 75,000 signatures in a day, but it didn't end there. A hospital employee allegedly then came the day's last twist. A security camera photo from the hospital's parking lot leaked, revealing a man with a hooded face turned lingering. The internal message log revealed that Mendeecees was officially listed as notified no response, indicating that they confirmed he was informed about the emergency, and he deliberately chose not to reply. Everyone recognized the person outside, the NICU wing, as they looked in through the glass and left. Erica reposted the photo to her story with just a broken heart emoji, and her next post was a video of a baby on her chest with Lullaby playing in the background and her voice whispering, "Some damage was done. Babies enter the world surrounded by. She didn't deserve this. Baby will grow up and see everything. He's not even a ghost. He appears somewhere." Mendy notices that he's still silent. His Instagram comments are limited. His stories are deleted. And his direct messages are deleted, but the damage has already been done. Love others arrive and learn what it's like to be left Q. The fallout from this one. It's just getting started because next Erica's legal team makes their move. And it's uglier than anything Love and Hip Hop. This was about a newborn child and a man who chose denial over duty and boss. It wasn't just about cheating anymore. It wasn't about DNA tests, side chicks, or leaked voicemails. The world had witnessed Erica's legal team's move by now, with a mother fighting for her life, a healthy baby born into chaos, and a father who wouldn't even enter the hospital. However, what followed wasn't just heartbreaking. It was also brutal and career-ending because Erica's team wasn't finished by any means. In an exclusive press conference outside the courthouse, Dot's lawyer, the same lawyer who remained silent for months during months of DNA denial and media slander, came out swinging. Less than 48 hours after she was discharged from the hospital, he made a cold, calculated statement. "My client nearly died bringing a child into this world, a child whose father. This is no longer about paternity. Rather, it is about neglect, emotional distress, and defamation." To be clear, we have evidence that Mick Drop journalists were responsible for her public discreditation, private ghosting, and willful disregard for a medical examination. We are pursuing full legal action, as Eric was arrested quietly at home, recuperating from both childbirth and betrayal. Her legal team went to work, and a civil suit was filed that same day, demanding not only official paternity and child support. This moment stunned bloggers and fans, who went full-on digital militia justice for a donor. Sue him now. In addition to acknowledgement, the lawsuit sought damages for psychological harm during pregnancy, slander through leaked forged DNA documents, willful abandonment during a medical emergency, and public character assassination. That wasn't the most outrageous part, though, as it also included a subpoena for all historical hip-hop production and love footage. 6 months. Why? Because in response to a subpoena request, Mendeecees, Erica's attorney, confessed on camera that he wasn't prepared for another child and that he believed she was bluffing to get attention. Can you imagine saying that about a woman who had to have an emergency C-section by herself? Insiders at VH1, according to sources close to Mendeecees' PR team. Mendy was in full panic mode as producers scrambled to determine what they could legally air after confirming the existence of the footage. One staffer allegedly told a source, "This is bigger than a reunion show. This is career homicide." Mendeecees panicked, but the team quickly shut it down with a statement along the lines of, "We all make mistakes. I never meant to hurt anyone. I just didn't feel safe with how everything was unfolding publicly." One insider said, "Too little, too late. This isn't about public opinion anymore. This is about legal consequences." A fitness sponsor deleted all of his posts featuring his face, and even a podcast appearance that was scheduled for next week was canceled live on air. The host stated, "We don't align with men who abandon women during childbirth. And Then came even worse. Brand deals began to fall, such as Fly, a sneaker brand, quietly ending their partnership. A source who claimed to be one of Mendeecees' longtime boys leaked an April group chat in which he allegedly said, I should have ghosted her the second she said she was late. Now I'm stuck with another L. The internet lost its mind. This was the biggest betrayal of all from within his own circle. The internet went crazy when he revealed his whole strategy. And you all still believe that he has changed? Riker's brother, Yandi, who doesn't talk much in public, wrote, "A man's character is what he does when no one is watching. My sister watched in silence for years, but now we all see it." Additionally, speaking of Yandi, she finally spoke up. There were no interviews or captions, just a black and white video of her walking down a hallway by herself, taking off her wedding band, setting it on a table, and leaving. The audio included her statement, "I protected someone who wouldn't protect me ever again." This is what betrayal looks like in real time. Men like him don't deserve to remain silent any longer. When the video reached 1 million views, Erica reposted it with the words, "Welcome to healing," and fans went crazy. Team Erica and Yandandi's comments were overflowing. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse,